candidate forum was held in Warehouse 11 in Union Square on Tuesday, October 10th to show different standpoints and plans of housing affordability and development by Board of Aldermen candidates. Hosted by the Affordable Housing Organizing Committee, the Union United Coalition, and the Winter Hill Neighborhood Association, the event was attended by all the candidates excluding Kevin Tarpley, Alderman Marian Houston, and Alderman Robert McWatters, who are running for Alderman at Large, Ward 2 and 3 respectively.
Overall, I think it was a great event. I think we had an amazing turnout. I also think that it was a great turnout as far as candidates, to have basically every ward represented, and even more than half of the at-large aldermen here, I think really goes to show that the candidates are really taking the election seriously and the issues of the people seriously. And I feel like the people of Somerville and the residents are really concerned about accessibility, affordability. And I think tonight the numbers really showed that it's a problem and people want to hear about it.
I have a lot of concerns about it. And when my friends, who are a bunch of middle-class white people, are getting displaced, you know that somebody else has it a lot tougher. And in fact, a lot of people have it a lot tougher. And I don't think that's fair. And I think that those people have it tough to the advantage of certain money parties and developers who are colonizing our city for a particular social class.
Before the forum, candidates were given a questionnaire about housing affordability that include questions involving the current administration's citywide zoning proposal, the deal they made with Federal Realty, and the need for a more public discussion about developments.
We have an affordable housing supply crisis. There's not enough to go around, and it's not just Somerville, it's Boston, Cambridge, it's the region.
I voted against the Union Square redevelopment plan because I had strong opposition to it, because there was not a community process at the start. There should always be a community process start, you get the neighborhood involved, then you put it out for bid, and you pick the developer who's best meets the neighborhood's concerns. That should be our priority.
We do need to have neighborhood councils. There's no question about it. Do we want it to be public or private? Looking for direction from the people on that, and I've been dialoguing with some of you.
I think that we need people on the board of aldermen that have personal experience, you know, what it means to be an immigrant living in a city like Somerville. And I think that my own personal experiences, you know, being a renter, being somebody who has, you know, faced displacement, you know, been through the lows, you know, and I've seen successes, I can actually, you know, bring a lot to the table.
Everything that's been mentioned, I think everything has to be on the table, but we have to make sure that it does not prevent more affordable housing being built. I support incentives for developers for more density if they'll build more affordable housing.
I've been very active in the Union Square neighborhood council meetings with many of you in this room over the last, I guess, almost 2 years now. I think we need to get feedback and takeaways from that process in order to revise the ordinance. My main 2 points, though, are that no matter what, every neighborhood council has to find a way to include the voices of underrepresented people, which are not represented in municipal elections. And the other piece is we as neighborhoods need to connect.
While the incumbent Board of Aldermen members needed to leave halfway through the event, there was a box where residents can drop off questions they'd like candidates to answer before the election.
We knew that people might have other questions, for instance, regarding like immigration or around like sanctuary city status or some of the other bigger things that are in the news, probably even the mayoral election. So we just knew that we had to give people some type of way to kind of voice those types of things. So we figured the follow-up box would be a good way for them to voice that and pass those questions on to the candidates.
The event ended with a moment of silence dedicated to Luis Remigio, a veteran and a Somerville officer who died in a crash in New Hampshire recently. To read about the candidates' responses to the questionnaire about housing affordability and accessibility, the link can be found at the event's Facebook page. For Somerville Neighborhood News, this is Sheena Superman.